how's it going, Pump?
Hi, going pretty well.
Glad to hear it. Hello? Oh, did someone join the
Hello.
call? Yes, they did. Hi, how's it going, Light?
I'm so tired.
Aw, I'm sorry to hear that. Busy day at work?
Yeah, and I didn't sleep well last night.
Aw.
Mm,
Do you have any days off during the week?
Uh, uh,
But can't pick a
Sunday?
he's not here.
No, but what she
I had to
weird.
really think about it. Because it's not every Sunday.
Oh man, that stinks.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. I'm living. It's fine.
Are you living or are you just surviving?
Well, I
you
have a
living
I have
or-
a Pop-Tart right now, so I'm in fact living
You
the
are
high
living.
life.
Wow, wow. The only thing better than a Pop-Tart is a toaster strudel.
Oh yeah.
That's
But I
fair.
didn't.
I'll concede.
When I thought I was working until 7:30, because I got that text at
Mm,
an ungodly hour, and then I didn't look at it until I got to work.
mm-hmm.
I was like, well, I'm gonna buy myself something to eat.
Yeah, it's a good plan.
Yeah. So I had a Lunchable for lunch, and I had
Oh,
Pop Tart
yum.
for a snack. So it's just
Which Lunchable? Because those vary in quality.
the one with the cheese and the turkey and the crackers. Classic.
Oh, nice.
You can't
Oh.
go wrong with classic.
Oh, it's just a more flavorless ham one, but yes.
Well.
It's the only ones that had the juice box with it. And that was critical for my my
That's
choice
fair.
of consumption.
That's fair. That's fair. The kids who get the juice box are the cool ones, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
Hello.
Hey Ray, how's it
Yo,
going?
yo, yo.
Welcome to the. I almost said welcome to the stream. I'm in last
Welcome
night
to the-
mode. I streamed the
Last
other
night
day,
mode. Love it.
so I was like, oh, it's just you have to welcome them to the stream. It's not a stream. I'm tired.
Or I
It's a
think
stream of your face.
True.
we're all so tired.
Yeah. Anyone else want to complain about how tired they are? Ray, Pump.
I,
No,
I'm
I'm
not
good.
tired. I just got a migraine, is all.
Oh
Oh no.
man.
Some
This is
would
getting
argue that's
depressing.
worse than being tired.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I guess being tired you can deal with, but having actual pain splitting your skull that doesn't feel good.
I would, as someone who gets migraines occasionally, I would take being tired over having a migraine.
So I guess this is all we're gonna have today, because Kat is busy inexplicably once again. So
She's working.
yeah, I figured. So yeah, whenever you guys are ready. I mean, we can keep hanging out for a little bit first if you'd like.
I'm good. I've got my dice.
Oh, that would be
I
good.
had I had not looked into monastery traditions, even though I meant to.
Oh fuck,
I'm
we
just
didn't
reading
do
up.
my oath.
I'm just reading
Oh
up
yeah,
on them now.
I briefly looked over that just now, like the Oath of the Crown, so I know
Mhm.
generally what it does.
Yeah.
It shouldn't matter for this session. Well, maybe it will. Who knows? I don't know what you guys are gonna do.
Shadow. Shadow. That's what I choose. Sorry.
Nice. Okay.
What does Oath of the Crown do?
Sorry, go ahead.
As a bonus action, for my divine divinities, I can issue a challenge that compels another creature to battle me, pretty much one-on-one. And they have to make a wisdom saving throw. Or I can bolster you guys if you're injured. So that'll be pretty cool.
That's good.
It sounds
Yeah.
cool.
It's a lot of combat utility.
And I'm hoping there won't be combat this time, because I'm not ready for it if there is.
That's your way of saying it's our fault if we get it.
No. I mean, whatever happens, happens. You know me, I always feel like I'm not prepared no matter how much I prepare. I've got like 8 backup plans, and I don't know if any of them are going to become relevant.
But yeah, so EJ, are we fine with me going Way of the Shadow?
Gonna be honest, I don't know what that is. Go for it.
So I get Shadow Arts. I think it works because of my history. Of course, it's kind of like the future, but maybe I'm just playing it into the past more. But with this, I can spend 2 chi to cast darkness, dark vision, pass without trace, or silence.
Ooh.
Wow, cool. That does work with
Ooh.
your criminal background. So
Exactly.
yeah, I agree. Sounds good.
Those are good spells.
As long as it's by the book, it's I'm fine with.
It is in the player's handbook.
Yeah, I know. I'm
Yeah.
not saying it wasn't. I'm just saying like as long as you do something that's within the official rule set, I'm fine with
Yeah.
pretty much whatever you choose to do. Like unless
Yeah.
there's something that actively will somehow break the entire campaign, but
Yeah,
doubt it.
yeah.
I can't even. Think
I
of
was
that
just
would be.
letting you know which book it was in so that you could find it if you wanted to look it up.
Oh yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. I can always look at your character sheet later to figure it out.
I'm gonna be typing it in during the session.
Well, do you need to type it yourself? Isn't it already in D&D Beyond?
No, because this is player's handbook. D&D Beyond, unless you buy something, will only give you the one normal option, which Way of the Shadow is not.
Gotcha. Okay. Good to know. Alrighty. Well, if everyone is ready to begin, let's go ahead and begin Dungeons and Dragons. When we last left off, our party had left a mysterious ancient cavern with lots of horrifying monsters in it. You guys had defeated some spooky monsters and gone back to town, where you decided to stay in the White Wyvern Inn for the night. As you guys all went to sleep, Mama Swizzle decided to stay with Carmen in her room. QZ tried to buy a room for himself and Mama Swizzle ditched him to stay with Carmen instead, and Ananias has their own room. So, as you guys head to sleep, go ahead and set your hit points to max if you hadn't already. I assume you all did that already, but just in case. So, you all have a peaceful night of sleep. However, during the night, Mama Swizzle, you slowly come to your senses and kind of sit up from lying on your back, and you look around you, and you see a dark forest shrouded in mist on every side. It is white fog, not dissimilar to the fog that you cast sometimes, but less thick. And as you're looking about to see what is surrounding you, you see a river of blood running through this forest, causing the trees to wilt as it goes by. A dark shape drifts by in the water, floating lifelessly at the surface. Then you see yourself from a third-person perspective. You're alone in the forest, rocking, holding your knees to your chest, kind of like bobbing back and forth on the verge of insanity, it looks like. But you're clutching something in your arms. Do you approach?
Yes.
Alright, you kind of move closer, trying to come to grips with what you're seeing, and then you notice that there is a man watching you from the other side of the river, crossing his arms and turning his back on you. His silhouette has what looks like antlers on the top of his head. And then you feel a hand on your shoulder as you're trying to approach yourself, and you whirl to see what's happening, and you see a male Kenku with his hand on your shoulder giving you a warm smile. His brown eyes seem familiar and kind, and then you see yourself smile. Your other self smile, that is, before, poof, he dissolves into dust and he is gone. You cry out, feeling the darkness of the forest close in again, and then you wake up with a start. You're back in the room in the inn, laying on the wooden floor.
When I wake up with a start, I'm just going to yell out.
You cut out. All I heard was
tears rolling down your tears rolling down your face. Mama Swizzle.
Basically.
If you did that, Carmen would probably just like also wake up because someone's screaming in her room.
Yeah.
Like
It's about 2 a.m. There's a little bit of moonlight coming into the shutters, and you just hear Mama Swizzle. And...
it's like
I've already been up meditating, clearly, so I sense this as well.
Senses it.
you sense a disturbance in the shadows.
I sense a disturbance in the force. Monday's probably been extended by 3 minutes.
dear.
Carmen will wake up and look at Mama Swizzle. Are you all right?
I shake my head. Mama Swizzle. Mama Swizzle. Mama Swizzle.
Mama Swizzle, you do find that even though like that was a stressful situation, the presence of your companions is kind of comforting and is helping you to calm down a little bit, but your heart is kind of racing.
Okay.
Uh,
Can I recognize what that shadow with antlers was?
Yes. You would recognize it as the woodland god that has given you your curse.
Mm.
How rude.
Boo.
Exactly.
What a meanie. What a meanie.
Exactly.
Mhm. If you didn't know
Uh.
already, his name is Sylvanus.
Okay.
Sylvana Zuna.
Carmen's gonna get out of her bed and just kind of come sit next to Mama Swizzle
Mm-hmm.
to offer her some just comfort.
Mm-hmm. The floorboards creak slightly as you move over to her.
Just sit down next to her.
Mama
Sometimes-
Swizzle just keeps the cloak close to her.
Would you like a hug? I know that always helped my sister when she had nightmares.
Mama Swizzle. That's all I say is Mama Swizzle.
Does her body language show that she wants one, or is she against it?
She's still just sitting still. Kind of like a statue type still.
Then she
But
won't.
you're
she
not
won't,
helping to be understood.
She
You
won't
just
force
say
it,
Mama
Dad.
Swizzle normally.
It's as good as like one of those animatronic, like you squeeze it and it says the same voice line over and over again.
Then she won't force it. She'll just sit there for a bit. With
Head
Mama
pats
Swizzle.
instead.
Yeah. After a couple minutes, crawl back into bed.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna crawl up in my corner again.
All right. Do you guys go back to sleep?
I'm gonna try to.
Yeah. You go back to
If
sleep.
Mama Swizzle doesn't wake her again.
Yeah. No more nightmares. You guys sleep through the night successfully. I mean, maybe you have some dreams about, trying to hunt down a mysterious prince or remembering your criminal past, but no new nightmares that wake you with a start and cause you to wake your party members.
Can I have invented ice cream in my dreams?
Yes. You have a dream with infinite ice cream.
I had this incredible idea. You take milk and then you freeze it.
That's
They probably have ice cream.
just crazy enough to work.
This just might work.
It's not as
Start a
common.
side gig.
It's like it's not like
let's
a
put
treat you
let's
can
put
buy.
aside this adventuring nonsense and focus on this brand new idea of yours. We can get a
You guys
place.
just-
I'm
in
going
town.
all in.
You're just gonna open an ice cream shop. Okay. So the morning eventually rolls around, sun streaming through the shutters, and it's probably about. Well, let me take back the sun streaming through the shutters part. What time would you guys like to wake up?
Sunrise.
Okay.
I do actually want to wake up before sunrise, because I'm trying to meditate. Wake up early morning meditation.
How many times do you meditate?
So the first time I said it was a joke, but actually the character does want to wake up early to meditate.
Okay. Yeah. So you can wake up just before sunrise. A couple hours before sunrise, actually, is when the sky will begin to brighten up and become like nice and blue. And that lights up the. Oh, hey! I can see right now. Lights up the area, and you can see light pouring in through the crack between your shutters. If you
That's terrifying. I don't want to be poured through a crack of a shutter.
If you open up the shutters, you will see. Do you open up the shutters? You don't have to.
Would I shudder at the sight?
You might. No, it would be a pretty standard sight. I just
Okay.
wonder what you do as you meditate here.
No, just leave the room how it is.
Okay. So yeah, you sit there for a bit, meditating as the light slowly grows stronger, and eventually, sunlight actually begins streaming through the crack in your window and Carmen's room as well, which gently begins to wake Mama Swizzle and Carmen as well. What would you guys like to do?
Get dressed. Have breakfast.
Okay.
Yeah.
Preferably in that order.
You don't want to have breakfast before getting dressed?
So once the sun has just gotten over the horizon, I want to
Not
have
horizon.
or not just started.
The moon.
It's just started to
Roche.
rise.
I don't know if you remember
okay.
the very first session, but
Yeah.
there's a big giant moon as well as
Yeah.
the planet. So even as the sun is rising, it kind of like is still behind the giant moon, which you can see kind of peeking over the horizon. So it has to first pass the horizon. That's when the sun or the sky begins to brighten. But then it takes a couple more hours before it actually peeks over the moon and hits with the sun proper. So it takes
Either
about
way.
until 10 a.m. ish before the sun is actually striking down.
Jeez.
Either way, what we'll say is around 7. I don't know when they're waking up. Essentially, when they've woken up, I want to have gotten up and ready and went to knock on both of their doors.
Okay.
Because I mean, obviously they're sharing the same room, but
Yeah. Which time
Cat is in
were
a
you wanting to do
different
this?
room.
I
Just-
missed the description. You wanted to do this at sunrise or before
7-ish, like at sunrise. Like I finished my
So-
meditations.
Well,
they're waking up. I've
The
gone
sun,
out
the
and I knocked on
sun
the
doesn't
door.
actually like officially rise. Like you can't see the sun until
Yeah, but like the
I
general
understand this.
consensus
I'm
of sunrise.
Okay, gotcha.
I'm saying
So
like
when-
whatever
when it starts to
sunrise is for
become
these
bright.
people. Uh-huh.
I mean, it depends on your technical definition. You can just what would you like to do
Morning.
it before the sun is shining?
Before
or just...
they have gotten out of their
Okay,
tavern.
gotcha. So you go and you
I
guys are waking. I'm sorry, I'm very confused.
I say immediately after I'm done meditating.
Gotcha. How
Before
long do
they
you
have
meditate?
gotten up.
Do you like do it for 10 minutes? For
So
2
so
hours?
basically you said that they had woken up. I want it like the second that they've woken up, I want to be knocking on their door.
Okay.
That time.
Sorry. Gotcha. All right, so Carmen, you've got like your pants halfway on, and suddenly knock, knock, knock.
One
door.
second.
Mama Swizzle.
I'm gonna finish putting on my pants
Mm-hmm. You successfully.
and
put
my
on-
shirt.
Well, when I hear that, I also want to check on Cat's door.
Okay. You knock on Cat's door. I mean, not Cat. Ananias' door, and you hear no
Ananias'
response.
door.
Cat's official in the campaign now.
Yes, Cat herself. She was at
Okay, I kind of shrug it off, figuring that she was gonna scratch anyway.
Okay.
Once I'm dressed, I'll open the door. Be like, yeah.
Oh. Good morning.
Good
and-
morning.
The cloaked one is gone, it seems.
Oh. Maybe they had business this morning.
Maybe, but they didn't give me any word, nor you, I imagine. Well,
No.
what shall we do today? Is Mama Swizzle there as well? Okay,
Yeah.
great.
We could try staying around town, seeing if there's anything else to do. Maybe get supplies if we're going to head out.
Sure. There was the board of jobs. I don't know if you are interested in looking at that. I myself just typically wander. So,
A little bit of money to help us adventuring can go a long way. I've done a few quests here and there for villagers as I've made my way from my kingdom. It's quite useful. might give us at least something to do today while we wait for our cloaked friend to make a reappearance.
I guess it would be good to hang around, see if they come back.
What do you think, Mama Swizzle?
Mama Swizzle.
I agree. Well,
To the
I will
quest
give
for
you
it
all
is.
I will give you all some time to finish getting ready, and I'll meet you down at the tavern door.
Sounds good. I'll see you in a few. And
I
she'll.
teleport there.
Alright. Hughes East, without touching the stairs at all, instantly, poof, teleports down to the tavern, where there are people, not very many people at the, like, oh no, okay, the sun has actually risen. Sorry. Again, I was confused about which qualified as sunset, or sunrise. So there are plenty of people down eating breakfast at the bar, and kinda, you know, sitting at tables, getting the start to the day. And as you walk down into the room where everyone is, you know, clinking drinks and, you know, chatting casually before they go out to their fields to begin work, you see Ananias in her cloak, or his cloak, its cloak,
Their cloak.
in their cloak,
Them's
standing
cloak.
in the middle of the tavern, arguing fiercely with two guards, one of which is trying to, like, bind their hands behind their back, and they're arguing fiercely about something. One of them is in like a nice blue cloak that flows behind him, and he seems to be an authority figure of some kind. What would you like to do?
Is it all of us down there or just.
It's just QZeth right now. Remember, he
Okay, it's
teleported
just
while you
me.
guys are still
I
getting
just wanted to
ready.
double check.
I
Just-
don't. I can't teleport.
I know you can't teleport.
Do you want to give me the ability to teleport?
No.
Canonically, do you want this to happen? I can use it.
You don't
He
have
wants to
wings,
give you
but you
the
do have
ability to
teleportation
do
powers.
Let's get Nightcrawler abilities.
Some would argue it's still worse.
Oh dear.
Well, seeing this, I'm like, what appears to be going on here, officer?
Oi! This one's been involved with some kind of crazy kidnappings and cult meetings, and I don't even know what at this point. It's crazy. She's going away for a long time. He's going away for a long. It's going away for a long time.
They're going away from one.
Whatever.
Oh no.
Now, what did you do? I ask Ananias.
Ananias replies in one of her many changeling voices. They got the wrong guy. I didn't do anything. I was with you last night.
The last I saw them, I can confirm they were getting a room, and I saw them go inside right before I did and went to meditate. I feel I would have sensed movement if they were leaving their room.
Well, this thing happened in the evening, and the description of the perpetrator matches exactly this person in the hooded robe and the whatever, and we've seen multiple people...
Sorry, sir, is the description cloaked one?
Yes, it's exactly cloaked one. We've seen these kind of, like, sightings doing spooky things all around town multiple times, and I've had it up to here with all these mysterious cloaked figures hiding their identity and getting away with whatever we want. This ends today. This person's going away for a long time.
Can I have come downstairs at this point?
Yeah, sure.
Seeing this.
Mm-hmm.
So, dressed in her armor, you know, cloak over her shoulders, just walks down the stairs. You're like, I'm sorry, what seems to be the matter here?
Now they're looking for people wearing cloaks. Apparently everyone wearing a cloak nowadays is a criminal.
This is not your concern, citizens.
I take offense to that.
I would understand that. I mean, you have a very nice cloak, and I would never expect you to do any crime like this gentleman here has described.
Yes. Would you like to explain yourself?
Okay, look. We've seen several sightings, or we've had tons of reports for the past few weeks of people in exactly this kind of, like, long, full-body cloak looking like Dementors or whatever they are.
Are you profiling people on their choice of dress
Yes,
there?
we are.
I see.
That seems rather shallow-minded of you, sir.
There have only been
On
a
what?
couple
So,
times we've seen these things and they haven't done something wrong. So we're just gonna go ahead and say, this is the one who did the thing last night.
I don't
Well,
think
sir,
I don't
before-
understand how that's possible considering they were with us last
before
night.
you do that, sir, may I say I am a monk with the Untitled Goose, and we have ways of figuring out whether or not people are bad, I would say. So if
Are
you
you
would
telling me how
just
to do my job?
hand
I am the head guard here
Yes,
and
yes,
chief
I am.
investigator of the crimes going
Head
on.
guard.
Yes.
Head guard.
Yes.
Do you
Drake
see
Abernathy, at your
what's going
service.
over I point. Do you see the petty crime going on right behind your back, right there? Are you not
Are
going
you
to
being
turn
funny
around?
with me, sir?
I would never.
All he knows what's behind him is literally just the bartender, kind of staring and like wiping out a cup, like what's going on.
Why are you not gonna let me roll for deception?
He kind of knows what's going on right now. So yeah, he doesn't seem to be
Alright.
having any of it. You continue.
Well, pardon me for questioning how you do your job. Where did you say again you were taking them?
To the prison, of course.
Okay.
This guy's voice has changed so many times because I can't keep a consistent
He
accent.
started Australian.
He started supposed to be like, oi, blah 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 blah, and I can't keep that accent.
It was
up.
Australian.
I really
was
could not
It was
keep
quite
that up.
clearly the land down under.
I'm so sorry. I'm gonna keep it up as much as I can, but it's really hard.
It's all good.
We were planning on leaving, the four of us, later today.
Oh, they're one of your group, are they? What have you
I'm
been
sorry,
up
are
to?
you insulting a paladin of the crown?
I'm not insulting anyone.
And
I'm
a
just trying to
monk
figure out
of
what
the bird.
nonsense has been going on lately. There have been a lot of crimes, and I'm just trying to keep this city safe.
All four of us fought here yesterday, keeping this part of the city safe. There weren't any guard in sight. I think it was a rather poor showing of you and your men that you weren't able to help us with that situation.
I kind of just like in the background go, yeah, that's right. Like
that was
I
you
literally
four that
like
helped defeat that creature.
Yes.
Hmm.
These three with me proved themselves in battle and helped keep the peace when you failed to do so. I would be rather ashamed of yourself.
I turn my neck to the other side and goes, yeah, those guys first.
Well, if what you're saying is true, I appreciate your help with that. He has no accent anymore. I'm sorry. It's dissolved. If what
Neutral
you're saying
voice.
is true, I appreciate your help. I will confirm this with the mayor, of course, but I do have to arrest someone for the kidnappings that happened last evening, and this individual
that
right
should
here in the
not have
cloak
been-
matches the description of the perpetrator exactly, and I've had it with all these hooded figures trying to obscure their identity and get away with spooky whatever crimes and smugglings they're doing.
Perhaps instead of jumping to conclusions, you may offer them a chance to prove their innocence.
While they're talking, can I try and like get Ananias's attention to ask
have
if
their
they are
attention.
okay?
Oh, okay.
To like on the side, if like more like sneakily, like they don't know the
Sure.
guard doesn't know exactly that I'm talking.
Just
to
like
them.
hand
roll
signals, just
stealth
like
and kind of like.
yeah, just
Wait,
like
are you
that.
doing thieves' cant?
I could,
You could
but
use
this would be
thieves' cant.
assuming we've never communicated with Thieves Camp before, and this would be me assuming that they know Thieves Camp.
Yeah, you would be trying it out.
I'll try it. I'll try Thieves Camp. Yeah, I'll try communicating through Thieves Camp.
I
Just-
do believe that they know it. I'm pretty sure that they know it. I'm gonna
I
say that
think
they
it
know
would
it,
seem
even if they
very
don't.
likely, but I do not know.
Yeah, let me check.
It's just one of those things where you have to shoot your shot.
I don't think that Kat took that like as
That
her
Yeah, I don't see it written on her character sheet. I thought
So it
she
wouldn't
mentioned
be
knowing it, but
explicitly.
yeah, I guess she doesn't.
I mean,
Um,
if in her background, like she was,
Yeah, I guess she doesn't know
she
it.
knows a lot of different languages. To be fair, as
She does
a
know 4
changeling.
languages, but apparently Thieves' Cant is not one.
Thieves' isn't quite a language, to be fair.
I thought she
Kind
did
of,
know it
but
because she had
not
to see like markings for some reason.
Markings? What kind of markings?
Like thieves can't markings on some of the different buildings. I might just be hallucinating. It's fine.
I don't
Ignore
think
me.
that I don't think it was Thieves' Cant that she saw.
Huh.
I
Okay.
think it was just like other writing that only she could see because of the weird goose god
That works too.
that I somehow created.
I hope you're proud of yourself.
I didn't intend on this.
Anyway, you motion to Ananias, and I guess I have to say for right now she does not know it. I could be wrong, but
That's fair.
you just kind of see the blank expression in the dark hood. You still can't see their face at all.
So then I lean my neck in again. I'm just using the neck today,
Mhm.
and go, "You okay?"
Okay.
But in lower,
Could you-
"You okay?" Character voice. I completely.
Are you
forgot.
trying to be stealthy? Does it matter if you guard?
Yes.
Okay. Roll for stealth then.
Now I get to roll. I get to roll on all the things I don't want to roll for.
Well, they not one,
14.
so
What's
it's
my
fine.
stealth? Oh, okay. So I don't have to roll on this thing that I don't
Yeah,
want to
you
roll.
just like extend your gooseneck right beside them, and they don't
You're
question it at
being
all.
lectured.
Yeah, so
yeah. To be fair, I was hoping that Carmen was helping out.
yeah, Carmen is distracting this guy, and he's like, whoa, 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 whoa. He does not have any idea that you're talking to Ananias. So what do you say? Are you okay? And
You okay? What happened?
well, they saw my cloak out in the back, and they thought that it belonged to the perpetrator. So then when I went to go put it on, they were waiting for me, and well, now I'm being arrested, it seems. Please get me out of this.
You gonna be okay to like spend some time in jail and we get you out in a bit?
I have an appointment tonight at dusk. I would rather be out of there by then.
That's plenty of time. And then I stop talking. I bring back my neck.
Never saw a thing.
No, I'm joking. Okay, you can continue with whatever is going to be said.
Okay, so Carmen and the guard
They
are
have an
still
appointment
yelling at each
tonight.
other.
They have an appointment tonight. Well, we'll see what we can do. And then I'll bring back my neck, unless there's something else that Ananias is going to say.
Was that in character? Was that to the other
Yes.
party
Yes,
members?
that was in character.
Okay.
Sorry.
You were
We'll
talking to the other
see
party
what
members.
we can do to Ananias. Then I bring back my neck.
Oh, you're saying that to Ananias. Then you bring back your neck.
Yes.
Gotcha. I thought you had
Then I
already
bring
brought
back
back
my
your
neck.
neck. Could you
No,
say it again?
I tried to state that it was, I tried to state that it was a joke. I should stop joking around.
Gotcha. So you say to Ananias, we'll get you out of this later.
We'll see what we can do.
Gotcha.
After asking if they could spend some time in jail and we get them out later,
Mhm.
they say, I have an appointment.
Mhm.
I'm like, we'll see what we can do.
Gotcha. All right. They seem a little like, I don't like this plan, but okay. As you stop talking to them. And
Because I'm lecturing this man like he's like a 5-year-old child. Can I roll intimidation to see how he feels about me?
This
you
man cannot be intimidated. No, clearly.
You can roll intimidation, but you can see that this man, like, as you're yelling at him, he
A
keeps raising his
24.
voice as well. So you're just kind of like, he's getting redder in the face.
I'm
and you
not
can see,
raising my
like,
voice.
blood
I'm
vessel.
staying
Oh, okay.
perfectly in control of my emotions.
He's
But I also
getting
got a
little
24 with just my natural aura.
upset. Yeah, so he's kind
You're
of
whispering threats into their ear.
and he's
No,
kind of like
it's more
shrinking
of
back.
I've dealt with royalty and I'm not afraid to talk back to them because I know what's best for them. He's nothing. He is a bug.
Oh no.
I will not take this sort of behavior from anyone.
This poor man.
So
he
he
kind of
can
shrinks
suck on my
back,
24.
and he's just like, "All right, miss, stop. I Okay, I don't know for sure that this is the right person. You got me there. But someone is going to prison, and for right now, this is the guy we've got. If you'd like, you are more than welcome to go to Hootenite Manor and see if you can figure out the true culprit. And
Teleport there.
and if you find the true culprit, we will release your friend and arrest the correct person. But as far as I
And
can tell,
what are
this
your
person
what are
is
your
in.
bylaws on false imprisonment charges?
We don't have them because EJ hadn't thought of those.
The place is run by a beholder. I think that works.
It is true. It is run by a death tyrant with spectacles.
As soon as I hear him say that he's going to imprison them, I would like to make the room smell really nasty.
Your friend will be in prison for a month. Oh! Did somebody fart?
I'm stone faced, like I can't smell it. I want this guy to think he's going insane.
I start using my wings to waft more over to him.
The other guard, who was like holding Ananias' hands bound together, just kind of like takes one hand off and is like trying to not gag. She's clearly dying in the background. The head guard is kind of staring you guys down, but you can tell his eyes are just watering, and he's like, "What are you cooking, bartender?"
Nuggets, I have a family meeting apparently happening right now. I will be right
Oh
back.
yikes.
Okay, we'll wait. Or the others can
Hopefully
take
it will
command.
be quickish. Oh, well, they were just starting to do their part. It's so sad.
Yeah.
She was doing so good.
Yeah. Mhm.
So it
Why do
smells.
I look so red? What is wrong with my camera right now?
Yeah, it's probably just something with
Let me
the
take this moment
scents
to
on
turn
it.
on my lights real quick.
Do it. Do it.
Just do it.
Just do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. I think it's so cool that I can teleport now.
No.
What'd you say?
Oh, I timed that so perfectly.
Okay. Sorry about that.
No problem.
You better be sorry.
Oh, I didn't realize you were being. How dare you?
I'm so disappointed with myself. I had this cool voice and I was practicing for a while, but then when I have to improvise and try to like
practice it.
and then when I have to read my like things that he might say or whatever, I completely forget because I can only focus on one thing at a time.
Yeah. Yeah. I never, whenever I DM, I always make a note to never practice the voices because I just mess it up more. What I do is I write down like 3 or 4 little bullet points to describe the voice, and then I can just refer to that anytime that I need.
Gotcha. That might be a good way to do it.
Yeah. So it's smelly. The guards are
Dying.
freaking out.
Mm-hmm.
Dying. Oh, it's that bad.
Yes, they're actually. They've dropped.
Should I roll to waft?
Roll to waft.
Critical fail. You end up pushing all of it back into your face.
Oh no!
Somehow.
You should have went
Swirls around,
clockwise
little
instead of
stink
counterclockwise.
tornado.
So are you
You
like
forget which
doing
way
this
is up.
continually, Ray, or is it just like an instant of smell?
So what?
Are you doing this like continually, like casting it and casting it again, casting it again? keep
As
it going?
long as they're in the room, yeah.
Okay, everyone else.
And I'm trying to
is
make
also
it
dying.
stinkier and stinkier as I go.
Oh, yeah. The bartender and the other people who are eating their food suddenly. You just see some food drop off their forks and out of their mouths.
A
and they're
baby
just
starts crying.
Like, oh,
It's too
what?
stinky even for the baby.
One guy
Okay, I'm
sitting
back.
in the back just kind of stands up from his chair. and kind of runs out of the tavern.
It's just getting smellier and smellier. That's the rundown of what happened.
Yep,
Excellent.
that's all that happened.
I'm stone-faced through it all.
Could I have everyone roll me
Somebody-
a Constitution saving throw?
You stinky, stinky boy, Mama Swizzle.
20, dirty 20.
Nice.
Oh, gross. 9. Let me add on whatever I need to. It's a Okay, that didn't help. 11.
18.
Yeah, that was mainly just to see how much of an effect it was having on Carmen. QZ, you're kind of coughing and gagging a bit, but Carmen is just like, I have
Listen.
no nose.
When the prince that you're in charge of likes to cast wizard spells at you, mostly on accident, you get used to it.
You're just a marine. That's what it is.
Pretty much.
Yikes.
Listen, she'll live and die by this guy.
It's true.
Literally.
So, I am very sorry, but your friend here is just in the wrong place at the wrong time. Once we find the real person who's kidnapped 2 esteemed members of our society, we will release them and everything will be fine. But someone's got to pay for this.
And well, everything will not be fine because of false imprisonment bylaws and charges that will follow them for the rest of their lives. But we will deal with that once we have solved your case, because once more you are showing your inept attitude. Let's go. And she will walk out.
I was about to say I didn't realize that the conversation was gonna end this quickly. After my conversation with Ananias, I was gonna like whisper over to Carmen that she said that Ananias said that they would be fine with being in jail for a little bit, but to help get them out.
Okay.
Even though that is not what she said.
That is not what they said. they were more likely to break out on their own. But yes.
I'd like to, as the guard is turning away, the one that was arguing, I'd like to sneak up to him and manage to pants him without being caught.
Stealth.
Okay.
Stealth.
I'll
And you
spend
can
my
argue
chi
that
point to help
they are
Ray.
very distracted by me and the smell.
Yeah,
So
technically.
This is fair.
So, Carmen is like walking out the door away from them, and he kind of turns to follow, and Mama Swizzle's still standing right there. So it's just suddenly, roll sleight of hand, Mama Swizzle.
Sleight of hand.
I feel a sneeze coming on from the smell, probably.
From the smell.
Dirty 20. Dirty 20.
We need better rolls, Ray. This is where it counts. All right.
Dirty 20.
Yep.
That's what I said.
We
man
need better.
is looking
Get
out over the heads of a couple of the people that are still sitting, and is like, "Yeah, I showed that Carmen. I guess I don't really know who won this fight." Suddenly,
it was her.
he feels like his pants slide out from under his belt, and he just like scrambles to pick them up and bellows in rage as he looks around at you, Mama Swizzle. And
I'm just up against the wall.
He scrambled to pull his pants back up, and he's just kind of about as you were. City guard business. And they're kind of not being held by his belt anymore, so he's just kind of like holding a scrunched up, like a part of it to keep him up, and he's just like trying to act cool as he walks by.
When Mama Swizzle pulled down
Mama
Swizzle pulled down the pants, did we notice any like inappropriate tattoos? Like,
no,
did
but
he have
you did
hearts on
notice,
his underwear?
You did notice heart underwear.
I was just looking for something that we could like blackmail them with later. So hearts,
no.
that's good. What else do we have?
I feel like their public approval rating has gone down
Probably.
since they've seen the head guard literally get called out on his inability to do his own job.
Yeah, I mean, this is not a good day for him. Now it's worse
No,
day for him.
It'll get a whole lot worse if he doesn't start shaping up.
Yeah, he has not had a good day here.
He messed with the wrong paladin.
So,
if
Carmen's
only they
walking
knew
out.
we were trying to.
If only they knew what?
If only they knew that we were trying to teach Ananias the power of friendship.
I know, right?
True.
Literally, they're hurting
This
us.
is what the
for
campaign
friendship.
is.
D&D friendship is magic.
Oh, yeah, friendship is magic.
So, I guess Carmen, you walk out onto the street, and it's a nice sunny day. People are walking around. You see, you see that guy who, I don't know if you saw him before, but there is a guy standing out there on the street corner. He's shouting, "Behold the woolly Armith! Get all your local wool needs here, selling the world's softest and best wool at the best prices. It's woolly good, and it won't cost you a leg and an arm." And you can see him just like
It will only
shearing
cost my
himself.
leg and arm.
He's like, he's got a pair of shears, and he's just like cutting off his arm wool and like laying it down in small strips on the floor, and he's got like an enchanted knitting needle of some kind of floating behind him, and knitting a nice hat, like a deerstalker hat, as well as a couple other, like a sweater or whatever, and he's like trying to peddle his wares to people.
Interesting.
It is very strange. It's like a human man, but he's got wool growing on his arm, and every time he shears it, it just regrows.
She'll just watch in awe and confusion as she waits for the other two to come out.
I'll look. Oh, okay, yeah. I walk out and see this as well, then look down at myself to make sure I'm not pink.
Yeah, you are no longer a strawberry. That wore off a long time ago.
Yeah, but no, I got like flashbacks to when I was.
War flashback.
Dom.
And as you guys are walking out, the guards are leading Ananias down off to the left, towards the prison. So
Okay.
do you follow out as well?
Can I secretly follow the guard to the prison?
You just wrap around their leg.
Look at like a snake.
Oh,
No,
dear.
like a little kid that's like grabbed onto their parent's leg, you know?
I think that would be really obvious.
I don't know.
Alright, so Mama Swizzles, do you actually want to try to follow these guys and tail them to the prison?
Yes.
Okay, roll me stealth.
16.
Okay. Alright. The guy who had his pants pulled down is kind of looking around to make sure nobody, like, sees him and thinks ill of him. So he's kind of
Okay,
aware of his
But
surroundings.
everyone is.
Yeah, and as he's walking down the street, he kind of catches an eye on you. He doesn't pay you any mind as he's walking by, because you're kind of tailing at a distance at this point. But he does see you, and he continues walking.
Just a kid in the distance, be like, look at that guy's underpants.
Now,
He's got his
further
pants pulled up.
question.
Mhm.
With that roll, do we know that Mama Swizzle has walked off? Are we able to see that
mean,
Mama Swizzle has gone
Yeah, you can
and follow them?
I mean, they're your party member. I'm assuming you're keeping an eye on what they do as
Yes.
they walk out with you.
That's fair. Okay.
But yeah, you're standing out near the wool salesman, and he's like, "Oh, you there? Would you like a nice deerstalker hat?" And he puts it on your head, accusing,
No.
Just 5 copper.
I don't
No,
want to
3
be a
copper.
strawberry.
No, please. I'm so desperate for anything. Someone stole my shelfie camera. I'm trying to make a new living here. Please, anything. 1 copper.
I don't have any money.
You don't have any money? Neither do I, man.
Well,
That's why I'm trying-
this is not in character. I just
How
don't
about
have any
you,
money.
Paladin
Do I have
lady?
money?
Would you like a nice wool blanket or something?
No, thank you, sir.
He just kind of bows his head dejectedly, and he's like, "Okay, have a good day then." He just turns and walks away.
I feel bad. I'm looking through what I have right now. Let's see. I will hand them.
He also left the hat on your head.
Oh.
Oh, okay, well I call them back over. Oh, you left your hat, and then
He just kind of
Roger
waves and
Medina,
keeps
but I'm
going.
not gonna use that.
Back to his
um
wool swatches.
I just have nothing. I don't have anything. I will
You
give them
have-
a single match. I will give them a single match for my tinderbox.
Oh, no. Do you give it to
Started-
him lit?
Started from the bottom, now we're here.
No, no, because then the entire hat would burn up.
No, all of
Why
his
would
wool
I?
would be gone.
Everything is gone.
So you call him back over. He's like, "Have you changed your mind?"
Just give him a fucking match.
And then take the hat off and place it back on him. I've already walked away.
Poor guy.
I
Yeah.
didn't stay around to see his appreciation for me giving him something, because then that would be giving myself the joy of seeing his appreciation. So I just instantly walked away.
No, that's, you know what? You're so valid.
So he just stands
Just
there
trying
as
to
you're
be a good
walking
monk.
away. He's just like, "Thank you."
For a second, I thought you were gonna be like, "I will have vengeance."
Oh, no!
I genuinely thought you were gonna be like, I curse ye and your family. I spin this around once, twice, thrice. You shall be cursed for the end of your life.
Every time he sees a candle, whoosh. So,
You shall rue the day.
where are you walking off to as you walk away, Pumpkin?
Just away.
Towards
I
Mama's Whistle
midway
or
through
elsewhere?
walking, I forget that I was even walking at all. I guess I go to the courtyard where the battle had happened last.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
remember when the monster came
Yes.
in? Yeah.
Where we became heroes and shouldn't be unlawfully arrested.
Yeah. Well,
Nope, they didn't have
Ananias
enough
has got to
time
be
to
taken
draw
care
her
of
faces.
somehow for this session.
No, it's totally valid. But she is a big thing about laws
Yeah.
and following them.
Yeah, for sure.
And the fact that it doesn't exist is just like, how do you even function as a society?
I mean, there's been some spooky stuff going on in the sewers with the cult people and this badness.
And you know what? That's a problem that the guard should take care of, not
should.
foist upon people's friends who they just arrest because they feel like it.
You're correct.
They've been tracking cloaks.
Yeah, like
It's
not
like in this world you have to have a license plate for your cloak.
Yeah.
You have a license for that cloak.
where's your paperwork? I
To
need
be
your
fair,
license and
They
registration,
have
please.
been seeing these people in cloaks for a while and haven't really done anything. But now that there've been so many reports of cloaked people doing bad things that they've just been like, all right, cloak is a probable cause for arrest at this point. So they've
No,
had
it's
enough.
not though.
It's specifically the
no.
same like full body cloak that covers your entire face and everything, because that's kind of like a
You know
sign
what
you're
that's
kinda
called?
hiding.
It's called being lax on your job and being bad at it.
That's
And maybe
their
you should be
rationalization, at least. They are not good, but at least they're trying. Anyway,
Are
so,
they though?
Mama Swizzle has
Well,
gone
they're
off
doing
to the
things.
left. Pumpkin,
It's
are
true.
you wandering off a different direction to go to the clearing where you fought previously, or are you following?
Yeah,
after
I just instinctively walked away because
Okay.
that's what I do after I do a good deed. I walk away from it, like
Okay.
a cool guy walking away from an
Yeah,
explosion.
cool guys don't look at good deeds.
Exactly.
Cool. So as you're walking
Good
forward,
monks don't look at good
you
deeds.
see some more people walking down the street, going about their daily business. They just casually walking by, shopping. This is kind of the shopping district again. So you see the remains of your battle previously. There are some people working on fixing that wall that got smashed a little bit, and there's a fruit stand that's still a bit smashed up, but people are still going about their business, doing their normal thing. One thing that might catch your attention is a lady, a small little gnome about 2.5 feet tall, is walking by with a metal foot. She is missing her regular flesh and bone foot, and she's just got a metal foot that's clanking along the pavement nearby you, making a loud sound as she walks by. She's kind of old and hunched over. What would you like to do?
Do I see my monk friend?
No, he's not here today, or at least he's not
Okay.
in this area right now.
Vanished.
He is gone.
Like the Avatar.
Carmen, what are you
Okay.
doing?
I'm heading to the place that the guard told us
Okay.
to have the investigation. We also
Okay.
weren't given any official documents to investigate there,
Nope.
so we're wandering onto an active crime scene
Pretty much.
without any jurisdiction or permits.
Pretty much.
They're
Don't need
bad at
jurisdiction.
this.
I mean, they didn't offer that to you as his pants were pulled down, so you got what you got at this point.
I'm just gonna pin all the blame on him. It's all his fault.
You're welcome to do whatever. So I guess the party is splitting up and we're going through different directions at this point. I was not prepared for that, but that's fine.
Always fun to split up when we are
So-
missing a member. This is what always seems to happen with this group.
Apparently. That is actually what happened last session too, wasn't it? Like,
Yep.
Or you guys
Yep.
all split up in different directions. Alright.
Mhm.
So let's start with Carmen. Carmen, you were told that the mysterious disappearance happened at Houdanite Manor, but you don't know where that is. So you'll need to ask around to find out where exactly that is.
Yeah, I'll just ask, like, a shopkeeper, I guess, or someone who's out and about if they can direct me to the manor.
Okay. You ask one of the shopkeepers, and he kind of like scratches his head for a little bit, and he's like, "Oh, it's been a while since I heard that name. That sounds like it's in the if it's a manor, that's in the like uppity district with the rich people who kind of have more money. So you'll have to go up north a little bit. There's a the big wall, and then you get to the rich people district. You can ask around in there. I'm not sure I'd know the way.
Well, thank you anyway for the
Of
directions.
course, ma'am." And he tips his little, I don't know what kind of hat it's called. It's like a beret, but not. Like a newsy hat, that kind of thing.
Aw, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know the official
Uh,
name for that, but it's that kind of hat.
Then I'll go up that way.
Alrighty, so as you begin walking, you pass, again, many different sites on the street. A warforge kind of walking by, enjoying the sights. People selling wares that... So, yeah, exactly that hat. Some try to get your attention, others leave you alone, but, you know, it's an active, bustling city in the morning. At this point, the sun has risen far beyond the moon, so it's like just regular sunlight at this point and has no impact on... Or like the moon doesn't have any impact on making it different than normal.
Okay.
So yeah, you make it to the city wall. It's open. There's plenty of people walking in and out of that district. Most of them seem slightly better dressed. There's not as many like poor beggars sitting on the side of the road or anything. This is kind of the area where people have it all together, it seems. And you walk into there, no one bothers to stop you. You've got like nice shiny armor on, so they seem to know, or they seem to figure out that you're someone of a higher class.
It's all about confidence.
Yes.
The
As you walk into
amount of
the
times I
district-
can walk into somewhere and not belong, but I just have confidence about it and I get away with it is astonishing.
You do this in real life?
It also
Well,
backfires.
I don't do it
though.
on purpose. Like
Oh.
I'll get lost. Like one time I got lost in a hospital and I ended up in a place where I was like staff only floors.
Mm.
And I was being dumb and naive. I'm just like, I belong here. This is the floor I'm supposed to be on. And everyone's just like opening doors for me and letting me in places. And I'm like, I have no idea where I am. I need to get back to the public areas.
That's so
That
funny.
confidence can easily backfire in that way, but also just when you're at Target and then all of a sudden like, hey, can you help me find this thing?
You're like, I
No.
don't work here.
No.
I get
just
that a
happen to wear
lot.
A red shirt. Leave me alone.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right. So what are you doing in this district? You're now in a
I'm
small
gonna look
like
for
cobblestone clearing with a fountain in the center.
I'm gonna look
Sniffing
for
crime.
the manor.
Okay. As you look around, you notice several buildings that are like large and elegant. There's not really any signs that say like, oh, this manor, this manor. It's just kind of like big buildings, and you can see a large church of some kind off to the right. There's also a very...
Are there any guards nearby?
Yeah, there's several guards just kind of...
I'll ask
stationed at
them where the
points.
manor is.
Yeah, you ask one of them, and he points you in the right direction and says, "Oh yeah, it's the third building off to the right." Why are you going to that mansion, might I ask?
Because the head guard has wrongfully arrested my friend and I'm proving them innocent. Thank you for your time. I'm like,
No problem. He
I'm
turns to
gonna
his
go.
guard buddy. He's just like, "What the heck was that? What does she mean? I have no idea." But you walk off towards the correct manor at this point.
That moment when a kingdom is more advanced than a elected official position. Yeah, she'll go over
It
there.
makes sense. Don't worry.
Okay, you
It
walk
does
up
make
to
sense, but it's so funny.
one manor that is built mostly out of wood. It seems like large wooden beams, and it's got a like side sticky outy area, like an extension, I guess, on the building that's
It's an outie.
made of metal and glass. It looks basically like a greenhouse. And
Oh, that's cool.
yeah, so it's got like a greenhouse on it. It's a multi-story home, about 3 stories tall, and it looks like a fancy Victorian mansion kind of thing. The door is closed, and there are 2 guards standing in front of it.
I'm going to walk up to the guards.
Halt! What are you here for?
I was told by the guard captain if I didn't like the fact that he arrested one of my friends in regards to the kidnappings, that I may come here and investigate myself to prove their innocence.
Oh, can you roll me persuasion on that?
Sure.
Just
That-
true.
That doesn't
It's all
sound like the
facts.
guard captain, but...
Okay, that's an 18 plus 5. Because I'm proficient
The force
in it.
of your confidence and personality is enough to shake the foundations of their beliefs, and they're like, all
Are
right,
you going
ma'am.
to hinder my investigation?
Yeah, if that's what the guard captain told you to do, I'm not gonna stop you. One problem
Great.
though, all the doors and windows are closed. They're like enchanted, stuck, closed. We had to talk to the people inside through a cracked window, so good luck getting in.
Let me
He
check.
points to a window that has
Teleport
been
in.
smashed. It's like one of those grid windows, so it's like 3 different panes and then like about 8 tall, and one of the panes has been like smashed out from within. No one is currently there yelling in or out, but you can see the opening.
Can I use detect magic to see if there's any weak points?
Yeah, go for it. Are
Okay, I
you-
cast detect magic.
Okay. You cast detect magic, and you can see that basically the entire home is kind of shrouded in one big like force field kind of thing. It's like one shimmery wall that goes across every surface of the building, even on the like flimsy glass windows of the greenhouse. It seems to be focused mainly on the entry points like doors and windows and things, that you can see that the glow is stronger there. But it's just kind of like some kind of powerful protection magic over the whole manor.
Now, part of the window is shattered, right?
Yes. So whatever this
Is
magic
it-
is, it apparently does not make the building shatterproof.
Okay. So that would apparently apply to a door as well, because those can be splintered.
All right.
But I'm
Yeah,
just thinking out loud.
okay.
Okay, I cast that, and
Mhm.
then I'm going to cast Divine Sense next.
Okay. I'm gonna need to look that up
I can
again, just to remember.
detect good and evil until the end of my next turn. I can sense anything affected by hollow or know the location of any celestial fiend or undead within 60 feet.
There are no celestial undead. There is no like overwhelming sense of good or evil. It's
Okay.
just a mansion, and you would assume there are people
Gross.
inside.
True neutral.
The house does not react to your.
I just had to make sure.
Yeah, yeah.
You
that's
never
fine.
know. You never know when vampires might be lurking about.
Yeah, true.
You can
So-
switch to one of the other guys
yeah,
while I
I
think
was
about.
about to say. With
yeah.
that, let's switch to Mama Swizzle. Mama Swizzle, are
Good
you
choice.
still trailing these guards even after being
Yeah.
spotted? Okay. So, are you gonna like try to disguise the fact like, oh, I'm just walking the same way, or are you gonna continue like trying to hide in the shadows every time you get a chance as you follow these guards?
Try to hide in the shadows every time I get a chance.
Okay, roll me stealth once again then.
Nah, she just walks straight through the middle, kind of like whistling, and Mama Swizzle's.
Okay. This time, you managed to do much better, and as this guy's kind of walking by, he's got like this small wrap of his pants around his sword hilt, so it looks like he's just kind of holding his sword hilt, but in reality he's holding up his pants so they don't fall down again. And he's just kind of like nodding to citizens and going, "Yes, we have captured a guy who is bad for surely." Ananias is just kind of like sitting there muttering under their breath to themselves, and the other guard is leading the way to the guard station. Meanwhile, Mama Swizzle, you're kind of like popping in and out of fruit stands, hiding behind boxes, and everyone else is just kind of like, why is this small Kenku like? All right, they're doing something, but the guard himself, every time
I
he
would
looks back,
think
does
that the
not see it.
town is used to me being weird, since I usually pull
Well,
pranks anyways in town.
They have seen you a few times, but not everyone would recognize you or anything. It's not like you're the terror of the town. You're just kind of you've
Okay.
caused trouble in the past.
Okay.
So they're just kind of like, that's odd. All right, bird people be bird brains. After a few minutes of walking, the guards do make it to the prison, and they open up the door, escort Ananias inside roughly, and just kind of close the door behind them. What would you like to do? It is a large stone building made.
Can I try to make it inside without being spotted?
Yeah. How would you like to accomplish this?
That's kind of. You know what? Let's just go through the front door.
Okay. You
Let's
walk
just
up,
casually go through the front door.
you walk up to the same door that they went in. It's a large double door. The doors are made of wood, and they've got iron bars on the windows. You walk up to it, kind of reach up your feathered fingers, kind of open up the door. Are you trying to be stealthy with this, or
Nah.
you just walk
Let's
in?
not be stealthy with this one. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just gonna walk in.
So you walk into this building, and you see like guards everywhere. There's about 5 or 6 guards in this room. 2 of them are sitting at a counter. One of them is like moving around some scrolls in a compartment, like a cubby compartment, and then a couple are doing other various manual labor tasks, like bringing a wheelbarrow of something somewhere else. And the other 2 are the head guard and the guard who was leading Ananias, and they're both going into the back of the room, or like back down a hallway towards some cells. The guys at the counter see the door open, and they hear a little ding 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 as you walk in, and they're just like, "Oh, hello, can we help you?" Mama Swizzle?
You're just waiting for it.
Are you looking for your mama? You are kind of short, right? You're like 4 foot something.
Yeah.
You look kind of old, so it's not exactly believable you're a child, but they're not sure what to make of this at this point.
Mama Swizzle.
Do you
Mama
need something,
Swizzle.
ma'am?
Mama Swizzle.
Your back hurts?
I'm rubbing my back.
Do you require medical attention? We can get someone to cast some healing
Mama
magic on you.
Mama Swizzle. I'm trying to point at a chair.
Oh, yeah. The guy behind the counter stands up, picks up his chair, and like puts it beside the counter for you to sit on.
Okay, I sit there and I'm gonna wait a few minutes before I do this, but I'm going to make the room smell real good. Try to distract them with good smell instead of bad smell.
Okay.
Smells like
So
grandma's old
you sit in the
cookies.
chair, and they're like, "So did you need some help from the guard station today? What's your name, ma'am?"
Mama Swizzle.
Oh, your name is Mama Swizzle. I
It's
see.
true.
So did you need anything, ma'am?
Mama Swizzle. I point down the hallway I saw the captain go down.
You need the head guard?
Mama Swizzle. I point at another cell.
You want to be arrested?
Mama Swizzle.
I'm not sure what you're asking, ma'am. Can you use other words? Like,
Mama Swizzle.
like I want something.
Mama Swizzle.
I'm supposed to sing it really
But she's-
slowly, like they're stupid. Mama Swizzle.
Oh, I was taking it the other way. That Mama Swizzle is trying really hard to say other words, like she's just shaking, sweating. Mama Swizzle, trying so hard. The curse won't let it happen.
Exactly.
Oh no. So he's just like, okay, I guess we're not gonna get anywhere. Do you know how to write things down? What if I like hand you a quill and a piece of paper?
Can-
or
Can all Mama
parchment?
Swizzle write as Mama Swizzle?
No, she can write in
Yeah, that was. I'm pretty sure that was stated at some point, right?
I thought
my
she
God.
was
Making
able
this
to
up?
write.
That's so funny though.
That would
She's
be
able to
very
write.
funny.
Okay.
What'd you
It's
say,
like
Rin?
Mama Swizzle thinks she's writing normally, but all anyone can read is Mama Swizzle.
Yes, I love it.
You use a series of
It's
like
like illusory
capital
script.
letters, exclamation points, and different punctuation to emphasize in different ways what you're saying.
And all everyone else just sees is Mama Swizzle, Mama Swizzle.
Exclamation point, question mark, Mama.
We get code readers in here, and they're like, okay, I'm looking at it. I'm looking at it. I think that this mama might mean yes,
Mama
and this
Swizzle's the next
swizzle
code talker.
is please.
I'm gonna cry.
I am crying.
So he
The
hands you the
best
parchment and the quill.
code-breaking experts are brought in all throughout the land, and nobody can crack the code.
Oh,
It's the
dear.
mama swizzle code.
Infamous.
So while Mama Swizzle is writing something, QZ, you are in the marketplace. What would you like to do?
So I would like to try and find some other people wearing cloaks, like,
Roll me perception.
okay. I mean, I was gonna start like looking into alleys and stuff, kind of like.
Are you gonna
Just
be like
fell off
doing
the table.
citizen's arrest?
No, I'm going to be looking around for other people who might tell me that they committed the crime. Wow,
oh
that's
yeah, I
pretty
did
bad.
it, by the way. What'd you get?
Anyone
This
can
is
be convinced
pretty
to say
bad.
they did a crime if you threaten them
it's-
enough.
It's true.
I thought you were the
total
lawful
is
one.
I listen.
8
I'm
total.
not. Carmen's not the one doing the action.
True.
I'm technically lawful as well. 8 total.
8 total. Okay.
Actually, am I neutral? I need to remember.
You
I
don't
forgot to
see
check.
any people like you see some people with
Neutral.
cloaks on. Like it's not the warmest day, so there's some people that have cloaks on, but they don't exactly have the same kind of like full piece like hood cultist vibe about them. They're not like completely
Mhm.
trying to hide their face and be invisible. They're just kind of regular passersby. At least you don't see any in this area.
Okay. I'm just gonna keep on walking around the town, try and get into some like dark alleyways, wherever Ananias like to hang out. I'm gonna try and go to those places,
You just want to go to Ananias vibe places. Okay.
Yes, exactly.
All right. Roll me investigation then, as you're
I think that's very valid.
patrolling around the city.
My hand went this way. The dice went this way out of my hand.
That's how Newton's law of motion works.
No, the dice went back. It didn't stay in place. It went backwards.
Oh. In that case, I don't know.
Anyway.
Defy the laws of physics.
It tried to, for sure. So that time it's a 19 plus 6.
Nice.
So probably
So you find your way to
investigation plus 0.
like the most shady areas of town you can possibly find. You find some decrepit, like rundown buildings that are almost rubble at this point with some
Went under
like...
some trees, got an umbrella, shady places.
Oh no.
Don't kill Light now.
So EJ, you have to do it correctly. You have to list off correctly. You go into some rundown houses. You're walking around these dark, mysterious alleys. You're going under some trees. You're getting under the umbrellas. All the shady places.
Yes, you are never seen by the sun at this point. So, as you are walking around, you manage to find what appears to be the same kind of hooded guy, like one of these hooded figures, and they are walking along the riverbed, like not close to the docks. You're more in like the old district where there was once a fishing hut that's basically kind of run down and abandoned at this point. You're over at the kind of area where people dump their garbage and throw things in the river to be washed downstream and never seen again. You're in that kind of stinky, messy, gross mud hole kind of zone rather than the area where people actually do their industry. And you catch sight of another one of these, like, hooded figures, kind of sticking to the shadows as they walk by. They have not noticed your presence, and they are walking along the riverbed towards the city-ish. They're basically
Okay.
following, like, a
Are they
trail of,
walking?
like, a small river of ooze at this point.
Are they walking like swiftly? Does it look like they have a
No.
place to be?
I mean,
Okay.
this one seems like they're just kind of walking casually. They're not going too fast, not going too slow.
Okay, I'll follow.
Mm-hmm. Could I have you roll stealth?
Yes. Every other roll. Every other roll.
What'd you get?
It's so sad. It is a 4 plus 6, so 10, 12.
Okay.
Right? No, 10.
So
Yeah, it's
as
10.
you're attempting to tail this this person, creature, whatever it is, you slip in some of this mud and just go and your wing just gets like completely coated in this horrible smelling, like pond scummy, gross mud. It smells almost as bad as the stuff Mama Swizzle was creating in that tavern a bit ago.
Nothing can smell that bad.
So you kind of you kind of splat in the mud, and you see the figure kind of like perk their ears up and look around. They did not catch sight of you, but they definitely heard you,
Awesome.
and they stopped for a moment. What would you like to do?
I'm thinking I will
Hello, White Christmas.
spend using my newly obtained trait, my newly obtained shadow arts. I thinking I will spend it is 2, isn't it? I'll just kind of freeze and hope that they don't notice me until they keep on moving.
You just
Okay.
lay in the mud.
Just lay in the mud, taking a little mud bath.
You're having a moment. Everyone's allowed those.
Yeah,
Mhm.
they turn and they see you, and then they just kind of begin walking like much faster. They're power walking now, whereas before they were just kind of casually strolling.
I follow now.
Okay, so you get your wings out of the mud,
While
shake yourself
trying
off
to
a little
clean
bit.
myself.
Yep, and you begin following once again. They kind of look back every once in a while and look at you, and then they keep going faster until they're like just barely
It's going
jogging.
great.
They're not quite at a full-on sprint, but they're trying to go fast at this point. You following them still?
I'd like to go off into the shadows and try and get stealth again while still following them, but
Okay, you can take like if this is the riverbank going this way, you can kind of like
Mhm.
dart through the trees so that you break line of sight and you can try to get like a shortcut on them and see if you can get
Yeah.
stealth again. So go ahead and roll me stealth, although they do seem to be aware that they're being followed at this point, so who knows what it'll do.
This time I got a 17 plus once again that 4 was it? No, 6.
Okay,
So
so 10 total, you said? Oh no,
no 17
gotcha.
plus 6.
I can
So
only keep
the
one number in my
total-
head at once, apparently. I'm very tired.
it's just I'm saying them aloud, so
Yeah, so
I'm doing
you-
the math in my head right now.
You dive
It's
into
over
the
20.
you dive into the trees and try to like cut them off. Your movement is a little slower as you're going up and down over small hills through the tree line, but you have completely broken line of sight to the point where you can't see them at all. They can't see you at all, so it's unlikely they know where you are at this point. As you emerge from the trees again, you see that they're still looking behind them, not to the side of them where you are, and they enter into a place where it's basically like a bunch of large boulders, and then there's a like kind of pipe thing, a circular pipe that basically looks like a sewer drain. It's got a big grate on it, and it's being guarded by one city guard. and you just manage to catch them disappearing into that grate, and the city guard kind of closes it up again and then stands watch with his spear.
All right, I take note of this. And I will go back towards the main town area.
Okay. So yeah, you head back to the main town area, cleaning off the last of the mud on your person. And where are you going now?
I would like to if only I had a cloak, I would have just gone straight in there. But now I guess I'll just
You
look
can
to
go
see
back
if I
to the
can.
wool salesman.
I go back to the wool salesman. I ask for a special order cloak. I say I need it in the next hour. They start work fast because I have a diamond to give to them in exchange for the wool cloak.
I love it.
But it must
They
be
make the cloak,
exactly
but
as
then
you
it's
described.
white. But then it's white. So I take the cloak and I go back to the mud and I soak it in the mud until it is a black cloak, just like all the
Amazing.
others.
Yeah,
Oh my big brain.
You've summarized it. That's exactly what happens. The guy is
It is
very
now
happy
night.
to receive this diamond.
5D chess.
No, it
What
does
do you mean?
not take
This
until
this
nighttime.
this is D&D. We use a D20. This is 20 dimension chess.
So yeah, this man works on this cloak excitedly for this diamond, and it only takes him maybe 2 hours total to have this completed. Are you doing anything during this time? Like he's got his enchanted like knitting needle working, and he's got his other arms also working because he's like
Now-
shaking a little bit,
yeah.
trying to make this happen as quickly as possible.
Now the problem is I don't know where the others are.
Yeah, you don't know
At least
anymore.
exactly. We didn't communicate beforehand. We just kind of
You
like
did not.
went
You all
off.
walked
Like
off without
we
even
know
talking about
we
it.
are going. We are all going to save Ananias in our own way. So I think just in this time I'll go over to the to like the jail area to see if I can meet with Ananias.
Okay. So, let's go to Carmen first because it's been a while since we did that, and then we'll go to Mama Swizzle, who is at that prison.
Yes.
So, Carmen, you're still outside the manor. What would you like to do?
Okay, so I'm gonna go over to the window. Actually, I'll do a quick lap around the property because I still have detect magic up. Any like cellar door weak points, any chimney weak points, just any place I could feasibly get in.
There is a chimney on the top of the building. You don't detect any particular magic associated with it. It's just a chimney. There does seem to be a little bit of smoke coming, like rising from the top of it, though. Take that as you will. Yeah, I mean, if you'd like to, like, jump on the fire,
No.
you can.
No.
Okay.
I'm not dumb. As much as I want to go with my first impulse, which is yes. She's a smart character, and I can't do that.
The cellar does appear to be secured in the same way. It's like two cellar doors that open at an angle. They are enchanted closed as well.
Okay. Then I'm gonna go back to the window that's already broken.
And walk back around the hedge maze, or hedges that surround the building.
Because it's already broken, the spell should be hypothetically weaker there, because it's all.
Hello? Did she cut out for you guys as well?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Did I?
Yep, you cut out.
Yes, and you're still Roboto.
I should be better now.
Okay. I heard
she's no longer Mrs.
the spell should
Roboto.
theoretically be weaker, and then nothing.
The spell theoretically should be weaker on the window because it's already splintered and fractured. So I'm gonna cover my hand with like my cloak. I want to grab because it's like a crack in the window, right? There's a hole in it.
There's that kind of wooden grid that goes separating
but
it
like
into different
it's
panels,
the
and
glass
one panel
is
has basically
broken.
just been completely punched out. There's like a couple little spikes, but it's a full open hole.
then gripping the wooden part, can I like actually first can I see if like on the other side is the same protection magic there? Does it coat both sides of the
You mean like the inside
window?
and the outside?
Yeah.
Um,
Or is it like a one way? I
your
prevent
your
things from
detect
going in.
magic kind of, well, you get the sense that it's like as you try to open the window, you can tell that it is an open, or it is a window that can be opened. It is just secured in place right now. It will not open. And that's what the guards seem to say as well. They said that all the windows and doors are enchanted closed right now. They won't open. They didn't say anything about breaking the window itself.
Right, okay. Then
What type
I'm
of
gonna
guard isn't willing to break a window?
I'm going to shout in there. Hello? Is anyone in there?
After a moment or two, you hear a voice reply, "What? Hello? Who's there?"
I'm here to conduct an investigation.
Oh, who? Where are you? Who are you?
I am at the window.
Oh, you see from around a doorway a maid come in. She's looking neat and thin, a little gaunt, and she's got kind of like furrowed brow as she walks into the room, and she looks around the corner at you, peeking your head through the window, or your face through the window at least, and she's like, "Oh, hello there. You're here to investigate, you said?"
Correct.
"Oh, okay. How do you intend to get in?"
Would you mind if I broke the window?
You can see that she's holding like a cloth and a bucket of water, and she seems to be the maid of this place. She's got like a little bonnet
She's-
thing. She just kind of like droops, and she's like, "I would prefer that you not, but if you must, you must."
Wouldn't the broken window also allow you to come and go as you please, considering most of the other areas seem to be enchanted shut?
I would prefer not to climb through a window and rip my dress, and I I
She's
don't
mind controlled.
want to. I live here.
I was
I work
Wasn't-
here.
simply saying if you needed to run errands, it would
Yes, I
helpful
agree.
for-
It would be helpful to have an entrance and exit point, but you can come in if you'd like. I will clean up the mess. You know what? Here,
Okay.
and she like runs off into the other room for a moment. Do you wait for her?
be. Yeah, of
Okay.
course.
About 30 seconds later, she comes back with a sheet, and she lays it out in front of this window that you're about to shatter into oblivion. And she's like, "Try to keep the mess contained to this."
I will do my best. And I am going to shatter the fuck out of the window.
Roll to contain the glass.
What?
So,
Yeah.
how are you breaking this? Are you like swinging a sword at it like a baseball bat, or are you just like kind of
No, I
punching
think
it? Or
I think the best way to keep the glass from going in is to like put my hand on the part that's already broken, like that wooden support that's like in the
Mhm.
middle, and like pulling it so that the glass shatters outward towards me
Gotcha.
and not in there, because
Gotcha.
it's easier for her and I can heal myself.
Okay. Roll for strength.
What's a DC for a window?
Um.
I'm joking. You don't have to tell me. That's a 14 plus my
Not
strength.
high enough. The window
14
had
plus
25.
4. That's an 18.
It is not quite a gargantuan window. Yeah, this is enough for you to like yank the wooden support slat out of the bottom that you're grabbing on. So that pops out, and one of the other panes just kind of slides out entirely, so giving you a little bit more of a grab. And you
Mhm.
kind of bit by bit manage to like pull out the entire wooden frame, and the panes of glass all kind of fall. Only one or two actually shatter as they like hit the windowsill and just kind of landing on both sides. It
How'd that
doesn't do
go?
you any damage. You manage to like basically extract the innards of this window, leaving the frame intact. And you now have an entrance and exit point for the building.
Excellent. I'll be like, well,
The maid kind of sighs
Minimal-
in relief. And she's
minimal
like,
mess.
"Thank you. I appreciate that. So, what was your name again?"
I am Carmen. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Nice to meet you. I am Maid Abigail. I work in this mansion.
A pleasure. She's gonna hop through the window. Casual.
There's a small crunch as you land on the pieces of glass that broke. But you're still on the sheet.
Yeah. I suppose you could help me first. What do you know of the disappearances that have happened here?
Well, Lady Swinford and Sir Henry Swinford disappeared last. What?
Out of character. I'm out of character laughing at those names. Those are very funny.
Yeah, Sir Henry Swinford and his wife disappeared last night after um a party where they weren't feeling well. That's about all I know. We've all been
Was
trapped
it a
in the
party
building ever
hosted
since.
here, or
Yes. How else would we be stuck here at this party?
I'm
Yes,
just
it was a party
confirming
hosted
facts.
here.
Just confirming facts. Who else lives here currently other than yourself?
Well, I live here, the butler lives here, and Mr. and Mrs. Swinford did as well. That is all of us who were permanent residents, but we also have some people who were visiting for this party, coming from far and wide across the kingdom.
This
still
reminds
here.
me of the murder mystery game.
Like Clue?
Yeah, that game.
hmm
Would you mind giving me a quick tour of this place?
Yes, of course. Right this way. And she motions to the mess. I'll clean that up later. So, here we have the greenhouse, and she leads you through the doorway that you were just in, and like motions off to the right. You can see the conservatory, greenhouse, whatever you want to call it. It's a large series of like potted plants and a flower bed or two, with like various plants growing in it. They seem to be not just like decorational, nice looking plants, they seem to have some kind of magical purpose, and many of them are labeled with small pieces of parchment, like willow leaf and etc. etc. They're things that are apparently being grown for potion ingredients or some kind of magical research. And there doesn't seem to be anything else of interest in there, just some, farming or gardening supplies. She says, "This is the conservatory. Over there we have the parlor where everyone was during the party last night. Upstairs we have the rooms, except for what's her face's room."
What's her face's?
Sorry. You know what? I'm just gonna. What's her face's room, except for what's her face's room. And we also have.
It's actually
the butler's...
Miss What's Her Face.
We also have the butler's room on this floor, and she gestures to another door on this hallway. Then we have the trophy room, and she kind of leads you through the house, pointing out a couple different rooms, and the library, and that's about it. The only other thing is the attic upstairs, but that's just mainly storage. There's nothing.
How many other guests are still here?
We have Professor Professor F, and we have
Oh, Professor
Henrietta.
Fox.
Oh no, hey. We have the butler, myself, and Roxanne. I can introduce you to them if you'd like. I'm not sure where they are at this point.
That would be very welcome. Yes, please.
Okay, and she nods and begins to lead you across the house to find these people that she mentioned.
Okay.
Now let's go to Mama Swizzle for a bit. Mama Swizzle, what, did you write a note?
Yeah, I did write a note.
Okay. Is it Mama Swizzle's?
Does
Okay, I'm
Mama
gonna
Swizzle have
leave
good
that up.
handwriting?
I'm gonna leave that up to you.
Okay, I can't remember. I genuinely don't remember if you wrote anything else this campaign. If you did,
I haven't
don't think it
written
was.
anything.
Okay, so in that case, I really think it would be hilarious if you could only write Mama Swizzles. But I think.
But is it good handwriting or not?
Do you even
Mama
know how
Swizzle
to write
writes
Mama
in
Swizzle?
I know how to write and read.
Okay. I will
Um,
say.
We could say that I can only write in Druidic.
Sure, we'll say that. So you can write
Cursive.
in Druidic, but you cannot write in Common. That's just. It doesn't matter. Let's just say anything you write is magically it looks like Mama Swizzles only. You can read it and write it normally. Other people interpret it only as Mama Swizzles. I'm sorry.
Yes.
So it's kind of the effects of like the illusory script spell. I believe that's what it's called.
Listen,
Okay.
this god has a serious vendetta against you.
It really does.
Covered all of his bases.
Yep. No writing, no speaking, no nothing.
You may only communicate through smells.
If you try to do sign language, your fingers automatically say Mama Swizzle and only Mama Swizzle.
It's like we're trying to do like those call signs of like, whoo, whoo. And it's just like Mama Swizzle's just like, Mama Swizzle. Always.
So you hand them a note that is written out nicely. I don't know what you tried to write. You can explain if you'd like. But the guard kind of looks at it and says, "Ah, I don't know why I expected anything less." Crumples it up and throws it across the room. Is there anything I can help you with, ma'am? I don't know what it is you want from me.
Okay, so I pull up my hood, and then I take it down, and then I point at the hallway.
Oh, you want to talk to the hooded lady that we got? Or them, whatever they are. Okay. We can make that happen. We can have guests visit there, I suppose. Do you know them? All right, very well. Stan, watch the counter, and then he stands and gestures for you to come with him to the prison cell if you'd like to follow him.
Follow.
All right. At this point, Pumpkin, you are arriving. I know this is back in time. Oh wait, no, this is forward in time. I don't even remember. Okay, no. So you just gave the assignment, the
They
diamond
have started
to that guy, and
working
they start
on
working.
my
Gotcha.
cloak. No, I haven't given them the diamond yet. They haven't made the cloak yet. God, that's
Okay.
not how. That's not how
That's not
exchanges
how
work.
business works. All right, sounds good. So
Goods
you've
and
commissioned
services.
the large cloak to be created, but you have not given him the diamond yet. Anyway, so
Yes.
you arrive at the guard station at about this time while Mama Swizzle is being escorted to the prison area. What would
Okay.
you like to do?
I walk in. I'm like, hello. Do I see Mama Swizzle?
Yeah, you see Mama Swizzle being led out right as you open the door, and Mama Swizzle turns to see you.
Mama Swizzle.
Oh, hi, Mama Swizzle. I'm with her. I say.
I shake my head, yes.
Okay.
And me shaking my
Well,
head, yes,
are you-
translate as
Are
Mama
you also
Swizzle.
wanting to visit the
Mama
hooded
Swizzle.
figure?
Yes, they are our friend.
I see. Very well. Right this way. And he gestures for you guys to follow him. He leads you down a very short hallway, turns one corner, and then you see Ananias just kind of sitting dejectedly in the corner of their cell, facing the corner, refusing to interact with anyone. They appear to have had their bag taken away, but they do have a piece of paper in their hands that they are currently in the process of like shredding and eating.
Mama Swizzle.
The guard says, "Hey, what you got there?" I don't want to know.
Like turns around midway, stuffing it in.
Yeah, you just see like the paper being put into an endless void, and they make a noise, and he's just like, "Okay, this is why they're in prison. I don't
I'm
know
not
what's
I'm
going
not
on."
paid enough for this.
Yeah, there's two guards in this hallway with you, but they say, "Go ahead and talk to them if you'd like."
How many guards are there?
There are two guards in this hallway. One of them is the one that led you, and the other one is just one that happened to be there. There don't seem to be many other people in these cells. There was maybe one other person in a cell that you passed a minute ago.
All right. I call over to them. I still cannot remember. Did I ever get Ananias' name?
No.
I'm sure you.
No.
I don't
don't
think I
remember.
haven't.
I
still think
know
I
I've
haven't.
gotten
Okay,
the
I
name,
don't think you have.
but
Then.
you have not.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Okay.
I go, hey, friend.
Friend?
But can you, I need to whisper. Can you come over here?
They scoot across the floor to you.
Okay, so we're working on getting you out. I've started following some people who have the same cloak as you. I think that they might actually be committing the crimes. So, like, if you have any information on like
You
any
don't
of
have
this
to
stuff,
do that.
that would be.
That's I mean, I appreciate you helping me out with the past day of traveling and, you know, finding adventure or whatever. It's been nice to hang out with you, but you don't need to follow
But
the other cloak.
I already bought a cloak.
You did what?
Bought a cloak.
I have a cloak. It was tailored and like they measured me. It's gonna be perfectly fitting. Like,
What are you trying to do with this cloak?
I'm gonna go into the area.
Where
see,
area?
See what the deal is.
What area are you going in?
I followed this guy into like the sewer area.
Don't go
and
into
there
the
was, like, a
sewers.
guard.
Avoid the sewers at all costs. That's a bad
Why?
idea. Well, I have a meeting down there. It's not gonna be
Oh.
safe for you.
So, you were you one of the ones committing the crime?
Nope. I don't know what happened with that. I'm not a part of that.
Okay. I still think I should investigate this. It seems pretty sketchy.
Why don't you just help me break out? And she looks at the guards. The guards are kind of half paying attention. They can tell that you're whispering and they're kind of suspicious, but they're not like leaning in to listen in on what you're saying.
They're like,
They're
let
just
us
kind
into
of
the
like,
group huddle, guys.
what's happening here? So she just looks back and forth to the guards and she's like,
I use
Why
my
don't you
wings
just
to
get me
cover
out of
us
here?
more. Well, we can't-
When she says that, Mama Swizzle claps her wings.
do you need something?
for breaking
Mama
for
Swizzle?
breaking them out.
Yeah. That's what Mama Swizzle's trying to do.
Wait, so you're clapping like, yay, let's do that?
Yeah.
Oh no. Oh no. If you weren't criminals before.
Listen, we're safe in the eyes of the law. Like, if we can get you out of this. You haven't committed any crimes. There's gonna be no problem. We don't want to be in bad standing with this town.
Yeah, Mama Swizzle just.
So then, what are you gonna do?
Well, I'm gonna try and find the person who committed the crime because the forces here seem ill capable of doing it themselves. We're already starting to do all the work for them around here.
Well then, why don't you just tell them that I was with you when it happened? They said it happened yesterday evening, right? But I was with you all yesterday evening, so why don't you just...
I tried that. They didn't seem to care. They just needed somebody
happened to
to
the other
sit
lady?
in the cell.
The strong, armored one.
I don't know, but I'm sure that Carmen is trying to help.
Well, don't go to the sewers looking for the person who actually did it. If anything, you should go to the crime scene and find...
The crime scene? Why wouldn't
This
I
is
think
your
of that?
DM trying to put the party
This is
back.
trying to reunite the party subtly.
My character literally says aloud, the crime scene. Why didn't I think of that?
You don't think like a criminal. So Ananias is like, so you're saying I shouldn't break out of here myself at this point?
Yeah, I think that would be a bad idea. Okay, well,
Okay.
I'm gonna go to the
But
crime scene.
if I don't get out of here by tonight,
teleport
I'm
to the
gonna
crime
get
scene.
out of here myself.
That sounds fair.
Okay.
I teleport to the crime scene.
Okay, are you gonna ever go back and get your commissioned cloak? Or are you just
Yes,
gonna
I still get the cloak.
Okay. Alright, so QZ, you finish your conversation with Ananias. Ananias kind of scoots back over across the floor and just sits in the center, kind of twiddling their thumbs and searching their person for anything that hasn't been taken yet, and being very dejected as they just kind of sit there like, what am I supposed to do for the next few hours? Mama Swizzle and
Okay.
QZ, how are you responding?
Well, I would like to talk to Mama Sizzle and say, all right, you gonna join me, Mama Sizzle? We should go to the investigation, shouldn't we?
Mama Swizzle.
I had the idea. I think it was a very good one.
Mama Swizzle.
So,
May I look around to see if there's any easy to grab keys?
Oh no!
Neither of these guards have the keys on their person. You're not sure where the keys are kept exactly.
So I don't see them on their person.
You do not see them on the guard's person. You do not see them hanging on a hook nearby. You don't know where they are exactly.
You do not see them in a box. You do not see them with a box.
You do not see them
Well,
on the chair.
then
You do not see them anywhere.
Mama Swizzle changes her mind on that and decides to. She's trying to pantomime the hole that QC found. Mama Swizzle. Mama Swizzle.
The hole?
Yeah.
no, Mama Swizzle, you know I can't fly.
You mean the sewer?
Yeah, the sewer.
You don't even know that he found that though. He hasn't talked
I
to you
talked
about it.
about it.
He talked about it.
I mentioned it. I was
okay.
like, I went
Well,
to the sewer area.
I didn't realize he was specific enough to say, I saw a sewer that was circular shaped and was... I don't know.
I think most sewers are circular
Sure.
shaped, but that is
Yeah.
fair.
It's to prevent the lid from falling back in.
Okay, sure. So Mama Swizzle she creates the smell of sewer and like does that gesture, and QZ immediately picks up on what she's talking about.
Do I?
Are you proficient in charades?
No, I'm not proficient in understanding Mama Swizzle. We have established this. I
He makes
always
up whatever
understand
meaning he
exactly the
wants.
opposite.
Okay. So
No.
Mama Swizzle
so
tries to communicate to you. You can interpret it
Wait.
however you like.
yeah. Mama Swizzle, what are you doing?
Someone fell down a well.
Where are they, Fido?
Mama Swizzle. I pull up my hood, pull it down. Mama Swizzle, and I pantomime the big old entranceway to the sewer.
Okay. Hood, and then
Mama
Rainbow.
Swizzle.
you.
Mama Swizzle.
No. Okay, I'm wrong. How many words?
Swizzle.
How many words?
Mama Swizzle.
Okay, 3 words.
Mama Swizzle.
Hood, Mama Swizzle,
Mama Swizzle.
son.
Mama Swizzle.
Hood, Mama Swizzle, son.
Find Mama Swizzle's son. Oh no.
I tried to create a bad smell for him, a sewer smell while I do that.
Hood, Mama, sewer.
Mama
I got it. Oh, I don't know how I got it.
Throw Mama Swizzle in the sewers. How could I be so blind?
What about the sewer, Mama Swizzle?
Mama Swizzle. Mama Swizzle. Mama Swizzle.
Run away from the sewer.
Mama Swizzle.
Because the sewer's that way, not that way.
Oh, Mama Swizzle.
Oh, go to the sewer.
Mama Swizzle. Mama Swizzle.
Okay,
Mama
okay, sure, but we were gonna investigate the house. It was my good
Yep.
idea.
Mama Swizzle.
I didn't understand that one out of character either.
Why is this the best
Can't
thing
win
I've
'em all.
We go to the sewer.
That's what you're doing?
Yes.
Okay. So the two of you take off towards the sewers. The guards, during that whole conversation, were just kind of staring at you and going, I cannot handle the amount of Mama Swizzling. If I were with that person, I would stab them in the face. You have more patience than I do as you like leave the guard post.
They're
And,
like legitimately talking with Ananias. Like, I'm so sorry, you have to put up with these friends.
pretty much.
Like, do you want
You've
to let
already
us
been
go?
punished enough. You can
go
go.
so you can run away. Do you want to like leave?
We
Are
can
you
fake your execution right now if
Blink
you want.
once and you're being held against your will?
So you guys begin going off towards the sewers again. Carmen, the maid leads you around the building a bit, and then she finally just decides to knock on the door of some of the people who are currently living at the place. First, she knocks on the door of who she says is the professor, and you hear some thumping and some like, and then the door opens after a moment of like stumbling, and you see a man in green pants and like a leather vest walk out with a big ol' white bushy mustache and some mutton chops that go up to his like ears. Still balding a little bit on the top. It's a human man. He looks very eccentric. Pocket watch, ornate pocket watch on his vest, and he just goes,
Love it.
Well, what's going on here? What have you got today? Has the killer been found? What were you doing? Who are you? You're not here. Wait,
I'm here to investigate.
I thought we were all trapped in this building. How did you get in here?
Paladins
just-
work in mysterious ways.
The maid is just kind of like rubbing her temples like this guy gives her a headache already.
I have a few questions for you, and I would be honored if you could answer them for me.
Well, of course. What is it that you want to ask me?
Well, you seem to be a very distinguished gentleman. I was hoping you could give me your account of the events that transpired the previous evening.
All right, so there we were in the parlor. We were having beef stew, I want to say, and it was the best beef stew I've ever had. Made by the butler. Was it made by the butler or the maid? Did you make this? And she's just like, I made this stew. So we had this beef stew, and it was very nice. And then, as we were eating our dinner, the butler brought out some drinks and gave some to each of us. The sherry, I think it was, or wine, I don't remember. 1972. That's not the correct year. This is a D&D world without 19 whatever. Shut up, self. We got some wine, and then shortly after we drank our drinks, Lady Swinford and Mr. Henry, what's-her-face, Swinford, they both said they were starting to feel ill. They wanted to excuse themselves, and they went to their room. And then I went to the conservatory, or did I go to the library? What did I go to? I went to. I actually need to look up to where I went. I think I went to the conservatory, and I was examining the lovely plants they had there. I was studying what they had available and what they were growing and for why. I was, I work for the Citadel, so I was trying to, gather as much information as possible.
Of course.
And
as a
yeah,
man
to
of your intellect should.
Of course, yes. Yeah, thank you. He kind of like holds his suit. So, I heard a scream as I was in the conservatory, and then I was like, "Oh no, what was that? I must investigate." So I went over and I found Roxanne sitting, or laying rather, at the bottom of the stairs, and she was like yelling out in pain. So I was like, "Oh no, what has happened?" And I helped her with my big strong muscles, and she was like, "Oh no, I've been pushed down the stairs by a hooded figure. Oh no, they're dragging away Lady Swinford." And I was like, "Oh no, I'll get to action." So I ran up the stairs and I looked around, and I didn't see anyone. I didn't know what happened, and the next thing we knew, we gathered everyone up and looked into the bedroom of Lady Swinford and Mr. Swinford, or Sir Henry Swinford, and there was no one there. They were nowhere to be seen, and well, obviously we've been stuck in this building. The seven of us have been stuck in this building, and now you're here. But we've all stuck in this building with no exits or entrances, and we don't know where they went. They've been kidnapped. They've been taken away by this hooded figure, whoever he is, and well, that's what happened. So now we're all trying to figure out what happened, and I don't know who did it. I personally blame the butler.
Can I roll insight on his account? Because she naturally knows some of it is embellished.
Yeah.
Because he's the kind of man who's full of shit. When he's pumping up like his glistening, like huge muscles. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Like, uh-huh.
Yeah, okay. Go ahead and roll insight on that, yeah.
A 19. Could have
Mhm.
been better.
From what you can tell, he seems genuine in everything he's saying. Whether or not he is, it's a bit hard to tell, but
Hmm.
from what you can tell, he seems to be genuine. He's just a crazy guy.
Okay. I'm going to turn.
So
Abigail is
who
the
are
name.
you? How did you get in here?
I am
Thought
a
we were all
paladin,
trapped.
and
A paladin? I didn't know they could
Yes.
teleport.
I didn't.
Paladin. Well, that answers that.
I didn't teleport. I used different means to find my way in here.
Ooh.
My duty is to the law, and
Well, yeah, I
the
can
law is being
teleport.
broken in this situation, so I am doing my job.
That it is. I'm glad you're here. So you're here to set everything straight here and find Mr. and Mrs. Swinford.
Correct.
Ah, I almost wish you wouldn't. I've got a business proposal that would be better off without them, but that's fine. I'm not saying it benefits me. I'm just saying I'm glad that it happened.
He just put his hand up, jumping block.
This man. Ichi, were you honestly trying to make it a murder mystery thing? I'm sorry if you were.
It is. I mean, this
because
man.
because
Oh, sorry.
because this man is straight up like it's like in one of those movies where it's just like, oh yes, he is very suspicious because he says that he is happy that they are dead.
I mean, it's got all the tropes.
She's just gonna like just a very small sigh because he's a mildly insane older man with a puffed up sense of importance. It's like, well, I wish for you to, if you could please stay in this area in case I have any more questions or wish to hear more about your accounts. You seem to be a reliable source, sir. I'm sure I will be consulting you frequently throughout the matter of my investigation.
Oh, thank you very much. I am the most reliable source you'll find in this establishment.
All right.
He just drinks another, like,
But please
whole...
stay in this area so I can find you again.
Well, I might head down to the cellar to catch another bottle of rum or something. Sherry, what is
Right.
this? I don't know what this is. It's good, though.
I'll just nod and look to the maid Abigail and just be like, I feel like we can move on.
She nods happily without a word, seeming very
They
relieved.
have that look two women do in the bar when a man's being absolutely ridiculous and like all the meaning is conveyed
We
through
would never. We would never.
We would.
Yeah. There's an understanding of Carmen knows he's full of shit and she's understanding the maid's face.
Yep. So yeah, she leads you on to another room.
Could I perhaps see, if possible, the glasses and bottle of sherry or alcohol use last night for that toast?
You're asking the maid this?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, she goes, "Oh, yes, of course. Most of the food is still on the table. I didn't get a chance to tidy it up after all the excitement last night." And she leads you down to the dining hall where there is a still a layout of food. Most of the food itself has been cleaned up, but there are still some dirty dishes and some wine glasses, particularly the wine glasses at the head of the table and right beside it where Lady Swinford and Mr. Swinford were sitting. The maid gestures to these and says, these are the cups that were used. Those are Mr. and Mrs. Swinford. That's Henrietta's glass, and you see that one is not dirty in any way.
Okay. I'm going to cast Detect Poison and Disease.
You see a glow coming from Henry Swinford's and from Lady Swinford's.
She goes, interesting. Would anyone have had access to the glasses previously before?
Oh, those kind of glasses. Sorry. Before what? Before they were served?
Before the meal, yes.
Well, the butler was the one who brought these out to serve them to the guests. Do you think that there was something amiss with them?
Is it the alcohol itself or is it the glasses that is
You do see that the bottle that was used is on this table as well. It seems like it was brought out on a platter with like the bottle and the glasses all put down on one tray. The bottle is not glowing, and the other
Okay.
glasses from the other guests are not glowing as well.
That's what I figured. I just wanted to make sure.
Mhm.
Yeah, she's gonna go over to the glasses and she's going to just hold them up gently and be like, "These have been poisoned, tampered with in some way."
Poisoned? That's terrible. Do you think the hooded figure did this?
I feel like whoever the hooded figure and one of the guests could be one and the same, or they could be somehow working together in order to have orchestrated these events. I
Mhm.
can't say without more evidence.
I see. Alright, let's go to Mama Swizzle and QZ
Yeah.
for a bit, unless you wanted to finish this
Nope.
conversation first.
Slowly trying to crack this case.
Yeah, I wanted everyone to be involved with this, but then they're going
No,
off to do their
no,
own
this is
thing.
great. This is a great session. Honestly, it's been so enjoyable.
Yay, thank you. I'm glad.
I love mysteries. This is my bread and butter. You're making me so happy right now.
I honestly
hoping
do
I
like the way that
give
we all
everything
split up,
properly.
like right at the beginning. Just like we were all knew what we had to do to help out. Mama
But we have
Susan was like,
three different ways to do it.
I'm going to follow and stay with Ananias. Carmen is like, I'm going to do the smart thing. And then I'm like, I'm going to get dirty.
Alright, so, QZ and Mama Swizzle, you are heading off back across town to the wool salesman guy, I assume?
Yeah, I pick up my cloak.
Okay, so he's still working on it,
from
but
him.
you get there and he's got maybe 30 minutes
How is
left
he
to
still
go.
working on it?
He picks up the pace and goes even faster, and he's kind of looking around for anything that would help him go faster, but there's nothing nearby, and he's just working as fast as he can. He's like,
I just
if you'd like
lay
the,
my
the
hand
bird
on
lady to, help me.
I lay my hand on his shoulder. I'm like, you're doing great.
Oh, thank
I
you.
will get it when I need it.
Okay.
And I inspire him with my
With your bardic inspiration as a
amazing
monk?
words. No.
Yeah, I'm just saying,
Okay,
like, because of the amount of time it
I
took
just try
to
and
walk
calm
to
him down.
there and walk back, it hasn't been 2 hours yet. It's only been like,
Fair enough.
yeah. So he's got
Fair
a little
enough.
bit more time left to finish his knitting.
So I say to Mama Sizzle, well, my cloak is not ready yet, Mama Swizzle, so I don't think that we should go to the sewer yet. Do you want to go to the scene of the crime quickly?
Mama Swizzle just plops down right there in front of the guy making the cloak on the ground.
Or we can wait here. I like it. And I sit down beside Mama Swizzle and
Okay.
wait.
Sounds good. 30 minutes pass after not too long, and you just watch him, and he's just looking at you, kind of sweating more now that you're like actively watching him work. But he finishes the cloak, like finishes the final stitches on getting the arms attached to the rest of the whole thing, and he holds it up to you. It's maybe it's almost exactly your height.
He
It's just
took
a
my
little
measurements.
bit.
He took my measurements.
Yeah, just a little bit
Yeah,
not long enough to touch the ground and drag on the ground, but I think he did that on purpose so that it wouldn't like get dirty as you're walking by. So you might see your bird feet sticking out the bottom. Other than that, it's a perfect cloak. Just looking like exactly like the kind of cloak the other ones use.
Right.
And he hands it
So
to
I
you. And he's
added
like,
this in.
"Are you happy? Is this what you wanted, sir?"
This is beautiful. Thank
Oh,
you.
thank
And then
you so
I give
much.
him the diamond.
He just hugs you. I've had a rough couple of days, man. This means a lot to me.
I
Thank you.
understand. I became a strawberry. But we all need to face our fears. You, your crippling debt, and me, my fear of magic, apparently.
I've got a fear of magic too now, man. I didn't have this arm yesterday.
So I've already added this into my inventory. I have called it Cloak of the Wool Arm. Anything else that I should add to the description?
I can let you teleport.
It is it is a wool cloak. At this point, it is nice and white, like pure as the wind-driven snow. But I assume you're going to absolutely ruin it and make it look like dark and blackened, like the cloaks that they have, by rubbing it in mud. So won't be like that for long, and probably will never wash out.
All right. Take my cloak, rub it in the mud.
Okay.
Mama Swizzle joining, I'm assuming.
Yep. I'm helping you.
Mama Swizzle already
Okay.
has a cloak.
We're
It's not
just
quite as
both
dark.
tossing the mud onto it.
Yeah, Mama
I'm
Swizzle's
sorry,
cloak.
what?
I said Mama Swizzle already has a cloak, not quite as dark as the black cloaks that they use. Yours is more of like a faint green. But if you'd like to put some mud on your own cloak, or you could just use your cloak and call it good, either one will work.
I'm just gonna use my cloak and call it good, thinking that it's good enough.
Sounds good. So you guys
Okay.
work for a moment to, splatter mud on this and get it to stick as much as possible, like rubbing it in this.
Oh, we could have been
goo.
collecting mud in the time while the guy was making it. Oh,
I
if
mean,
only we were smarter.
Imagine you walk up to the guy and you're like, "Hello, I see that you're finished." There we go. It's just like, so
And then you plop the diamond on top of it, and you're just like, all right, whatever.
yeah, so you successfully have dirtied up your cloak, and you are ready to do whatever you're doing.
Achievement unlocked. Dirty your cloak.
All right. So I take Mama Swizzle to the sewer where I had seen. I'm like, all right, Mama Swizzle. Our friends said that they didn't want us to go in. I don't know why, but if you know something's up, then I'm willing to go through with it. I mean,
Mama Sizzle.
okay. I think I understand. Can you say it one more time but slower? I'm still having a really hard time understanding.
Mama Swizzle.
Got it. You're right. Let's go. Let's go.
Nailed it.
And then I start walking with Mama Swizzle, I assume is following, just kind of like trying to act casual.
I'm being confident.
So are you just approaching like in full view of the guard?
Yeah.
Yep.
Hello there. I'm afraid that this area is off limits to all, except with explicit permission from the mayor, or.
I
the
got
head guard.
permission from the mayor.
I see. Well, you know how it is when the sun rises on a new day.
Yeah, and also, and with your spirit.
Can I remember that? Did I hear that from what's her name?
But what would it help, Frey? What would it help?
That's true. That's true. I can
Mama
always
Swizzle! He just confidently responds, Mama Swizzle!
Like, it's so funny. It's like Mama Swizzle absolutely remembers the right phrase and just goes, Mama Swizzle.
And then it works!
So he kind of narrows his eyes at you and says, I'm really sorry, but this area is, like I said, off limits unless you have explicit permission from either the mayor himself or from the head guard.
Or
if you have a
This
suitable
rat
escort.
bastard.
What did you say?
Uh,
Ray?
That's the last option?
I nudge QZ when he says head guard.
Oh yeah, head guard, that one. I
Yes,
have permission
he
from the head.
exists.
Yeah, I have what you said. What was it that you said? I couldn't hear. What about the head guard? Whenever
I don't know. I don't remember. I think I just quipped.
just having permission from the head guard. Yeah, we have permission from the head guard and the mayor. You know.
Yes.
Mama Swizzle
would-
slightly shaking her head no.
I'm afraid I don't believe you, sir.
But I have a cloak.
Yes, that makes you look like one of the mysterious figures that we've been trying to guard against.
And then I bonked him on the back of the head to knock him out.
Okay, so you're attacking at this point.
Yes.
I'm
trying to knock them out.
He's
I'm
well
trying to
aware
knock
of your
them out.
presence, so it's not exactly a surprise round, but you're welcome to roll an attack. Can you roll initiative, both of you?
Yep.
Well, I'm attacking first no matter what, but I rolled a...
Yeah, you are. He got a 3, so he's going last, probably.
19.
All right, 11 for me.
Alrighty. So Mama Swizzle will go after
QZ.
QZ, and then QZ will. No, I guess we'll give the guard a turn, and then we'll just pick up with normal for the next round.
I'm gonna knock them out in one fell swoop.
If you
Yeah,
can.
already now.
Alrighty. So, roll your attack. What exactly are you doing to hit him? Just punching him in the face, or in the back of the
Just
head?
back of the head, right
Okay.
in the soft spot to try and knock him out as quickly as possible.
Okay.
I got a
If
16
it's anything less than a nat 20, I'm gonna be
sorry.
disappointed.
Really? This is unfortunate, EJ.
Oh no. Disappointed.
So I got a dirty 22.
Okay. Yeah, you definitely hit. Roll for damage on that.
Rolling for damage on that. 4 plus 4, 8.
Mm-hmm. So you just kind of, like monk reflexes, bonk him in the back of the head, and he just kind of stumbles forward. He's like, ah! He fumbles with his spear, and like this seems to be seeing stars as he tries to focus on you guys. Mama Swizzle, you're up. What do you do?
Okay, as he's leaning forward, I would like to trip him.
Good. I was hoping you
As
just
he's
run
reeling
behind
forward.
him, do like the little curl up thing.
All right. Roll strength.
Oh no. That one.
So you try to like kind of get in front of him and trip him. Instead, you just kind of slip and fall from the mud that you were in earlier, and you just kind of land flat on his feet. You're just resting on his feet at this point.
Now we can't move.
And yeah, he's super glued to the floor. Now it is his turn. He's going to try to stab at you for punching him in the back of the head, QZ. Fortunately, he has been like knocked off balance, and he kind of swings wide, missing you entirely. You're up.
I bop him again.
You bop him again. Roll a hit and roll of damage.
Okay, 19 to hit this time.
You got him.
Awesome. 6 damage.
Mm-hmm. You bop him in the face, and he just slams his head against the grate, the metal grate behind him, and he just kind of collapses into a heap on the ground, partially on top of Mama Swizzle. That's the end of combat. So
The chaos inside me is so proud, but the lawful
the lawful what? You cut out
good
again.
paladin inside me is so disappointed. The lawful
Yeah.
good paladin is so disappointed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So I guess we should switch to Carmen for a bit. Unless you guys, what do you want to do here? Do you want to enter the sewer, or do
Yeah,
you
we're-
start with the
I
guard
look at
first?
Mama Swizzle, pick her up, and was like, "Not a word of this to Carmen." I think I can trust her.
Okay. And then
Yeah, I guess we just enter in, kind of. Actually, I kind of want to prop up the guard as if like they were constantly guarding.
okay.
Like, you know, nothing's gone wrong.
You kind of set them and lean them up against a rock, so they're kind of looks like they're sitting and kind of falling asleep. And put their spear in their hand, and it's just leaning
You think
against
that's
their
sewer
neck.
guard.
It doesn't look that convincing, but from a distance it might work. And then you like open the large gate, step in. There's a trail of filth that kind of oozes out the bottom and splats onto the rocks below as you guys step in, and the smell is overwhelming, but yeah, it's just pretty much a normal sewer. As you guys enter, we'll switch over to Carmen again. So Carmen, we left off with you in the dining hall, examining the drinks and talking to the maid. What would you like to do now?
I would like to talk to the butler, if
Okey-doke.
possible.
Mhm.
Abigail could lead me to him.
All right, Abigail leads you over to the other side of the dining hall, where there is a like servant entrance kind of thing. She opens it up and leads you down like the smallest hallway you've ever seen, like 5 feet, and then there's a door on the right, and she knocks on it quickly. After a moment or two, you hear.
I have
a
one of
voice-
the cups with me, by the way.
Okay. You
yes.
hear a voice go, "I'm coming," and then the door opens, and you see a sturdy black man, like just a human man once again, wearing like a black suit and not like a tie or anything, but just nicely dressed. And he enters, and he's got a salt and pepper beard and salt and pepper hair, and he just kind of looks with a permanently snooty expression on his face. And he's like, "What can I do for you? Who are you?"
I'm the person who's running a thorough investigation of the case that we're currently having here. I would like to ask
have
you
a
a few
case?
questions, please. Yes, we have 2 missing people. That qualifies as a case.
Yes, of course. Sorry, I had a bit too much to drink last night, and he like, yeah. Yes. What is it that you would like to know?
Could I start with your account of what happened last night?
Well, I was serving the guests as usual. I was at their beck and call, doing various things, fetching them hats and umbrellas and shoes or whatever it is they needed. And then I was serving the food as I already forgot the maid's name. As Abigail was finishing the food, I would bring out the courses and lay them before our guests. And
And drinks as well?
Yes, of course. I brought them drinks, and then I left them to their business.
I do have a
One of them
question.
home. Yes.
Exactly who else would have had access to, say, the cups? She holds up the cup that she has before you sit at the table.
Are you offering it to him or just holding it up?
No, I'm just holding it as like a thought, like to show exactly what I'm talking about.
I mean the
He's
cups
very
are
unfamiliar with
usually in the
cups.
cupboard. That's where they
So
were
anyone
when I found them.
could have gotten into them.
I suppose, but it's a cupboard. I don't know what you mean. I went into the cupboard. I got the drinks. I put them on or I got the cups at least. I put them on the table, just as they like them, or on the platter, and I was going to bring them in.
Was there any point where you left the dining room unsupervised after you had said it?
I believe I did have to do something. Hold on, my family is calling me for dinner. I need to
Okay.
notify them that I'm not going to be there for a second.
Oh, I want to solve this mystery.
No, it's better if we save it for later.
Be right back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love mysteries though. They're so much fun.
This is such a good interlude.
This is such a good session. You guys are fighting people and
and like exactly what we needed. So we needed some way to get Ananias to trust us more, to give reason for them to follow us more.
Okay.
And then also we needed more time for QZ and Mama Swizzle to interact with each other. And like it's just everything that was needed to be happening. I think this is good.
This is Kat's gonna come back next week and we'll be like, so you're in prison. Don't worry.
Hello.
We're getting you out.
I can grab my food and bring it up here and eat it and continue to do the session.
I have about 30 minutes before I need to leave for babysitting.
That's what I was gonna ask. Like, do we need to stop it here and continue it next time?
I believe we should.
Yeah, this is probably a good stopping point.
Okay.
Honestly.
Sounds good. Well, this is not at all how I expected things to go.
This is such a good session.
Did you expect us to just leave Ananias just like in jail, go off and do something else?
I was hoping because like the thought process was, Cat's not gonna be here. I'll just have them be in prison. You guys can solve the problem, then come back and get Ananias out of prison, and everything will be good by next session.
So it was essentially we were supposed to be solving it, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
the thought process was
we are solving it.
We are solving it.
You guys are
in our own
doing
way.
everything you're doing is fine. Every choice you make is fine. I'm just
Well,
adapting.
obviously.
Yeah, it's fine. It's
Because
great.
we
This
can't
is
do
so much
anything
fun.
wrong.
This is
So yeah,
it's
we'll
very
call it
funny.
there.
The 2 different perspectives of crime gang and trying to solve a mystery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't expect to laugh this hard about Mama
It was
Swizzle
just
today.
we all went perfectly for what our personalities would do, and I really enjoyed that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
All right.
Thank you guys so much
This
for
is a
playing.
great
It was a fun time.
Goodbye, guys.
See you guys.
Yeah.
Have a good one. See you next
Enjoy
week.
work, enjoy food.
Yep, thank you. I
Yeah.
will see you guys next time. Bye.
Yeah,
Bye.
talk to you later. See you later.